If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. We just moved here in Texas, near Lubbock, Texas, to a new campground with a 3-day stay limit, free. And again, it has free electric, free water, and this one has the added bonus of free dump station right at the campground. Absolutely incredible. This one also has free Wi-Fi. Now, the free Wi-Fi is very slow, which is not a big deal. In order to get really fast internet, you'd have to have $3 a day you can pay to get really fast internet. If you want to check your emails and just do some light browsing, free internet, unlimited. So it's really nice. Thing is, a year ago when I started thinking about doing this lifestyle, I really didn't have any idea what I was doing. I've never stayed at a paid campground. All this learning and trying to figure things out, I went to Facebook and everybody kept saying, oh yeah, you got to have this adapter for 30 amps to 50 amps to 20 amps, and it was like, oh my goodness, what the heck are they all talking about? And it turns out it really didn't matter. So they got 50 amp, 30 amp, and 20 amp. So the one on the left here is 50 amp, the one in the middle is 30 amp, and the one on the right is 20 amp, just a regular household plug-in. So I didn't have to buy all these adapters that they told me to buy. So I'm out, scrambling around looking for adapters, and it was just a real pain trying to learn all this stuff because everybody's an expert on everything, and turns out nobody's an expert on anything. Here's the thing. You can sit around watching all the YouTube videos that you want about this lifestyle, and you're still not going to know half of what you need to know. And I get so many people who comment. Just the other day, somebody told me how big of a rookie I am at this lifestyle. If he were doing it, he'd do it this way. And he says, I just started getting all my stuff together, and when I leave, I'm going to know a lot more than Rob. Here's a guy who hasn't even left his driveway, and he already knows more. And so he's going to be surprised of what he's going to find out. I just got a comment from a lady, and I feel bad for folks like this. It says, I'm thinking about trying, and there's a key word, and that's the one that always bothers me, trying this lifestyle out. And I was going to reply to her, and I thought, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out what other channels she has subscribed to and find out, if she's on the right path. Well, she subscribed to the very large YouTuber who promotes this lifestyle and has a nonprofit to, give away vans to folks. And then she subscribed to me. So she subscribed to 2 channels, and we're both polar opposites. I'm trying to let you know about the reality of the lifestyle, and he's trying to sell you the lifestyle. So, hopefully I can have a little bit of influence and explain that, you got to do a test run. Not just a week or 2, but a real long test run. I was telling you about this 20 amp, 30 amp, 50 amp thing just a minute ago. You know how I ended up having to figure that out? I was so confused by the thing that I just finally went to a campground, a paid campground, looked at the meter box and said, oh, well, that's easy. So all this nonsense of me trying to research didn't teach me a thing. Being primarily a boondocker at free campsites, I've not really had to use these things much. But when I come to these free campgrounds that have free electric, then I had to use it. Well, I could just see myself going out and spending a bunch of money on things I didn't need because somebody told me I had to. Another one that I'm really aggravated about, but on the other hand, I'm really happy about it. It's a twofold thing. When I was doing research, and I can even remember the YouTuber that said you have to buy a quiet generator. So you have to go out and buy one of these $1,000 Hondas or one of these $500 suitcase generators, like I have. And I was so convinced that this guy was being honest with me that I went out and bought one. Don't get me wrong, I love my generator and I will never replace it. But when I actually got out here and I learned, wait a minute, I'm out here boondocking. They kept saying, oh, there's quiet time and you're not allowed to be over so many decibels in your campground and this and that and just, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't true. You go out here to these free campsites out here in the middle of the national forest or out in the middle of the desert. You can have as much generator as you want. It can be as loud as it wants. Don't get me wrong. It really annoys people. But if you're out there by yourself, you don't have to have a quiet generator like I was convinced. Now, but my first test run, after I bought the generator, I realized, why am I buying this expensive thing? So, you know, it was one of these things that the YouTubers were trying to sell me on something, probably an affiliate, you know, Amazon affiliate link or something. So they're trying to sell you on this lifestyle. And I don't have affiliate links or anything. I'm just trying to tell you what the reality is. You need to go out and do a test run to figure out what you really need. And, you know, when I say test run, you know, you start out in your local area. You go to a campground 10 miles away, which is what we did. And we really tried to figure out, and we did in the wintertime, to figure out what we really needed. Another thing that we bought that was, I think, in my opinion, was a mistake, was the Mr. Heatable Portable Buddy. It has high and low. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's on high or low, it's going to cook you out. You turn it on, it cooks you out, you have to turn it off, on, off. It doesn't have a thermostat or anything. Well, again, watching these YouTubers, and they were all telling me, oh, you got to have the Mr. Heatable Portable Buddy. So, you know, I went out and bought one. So more money wasted. The reality is well, we heat and I'm not going to get into this. I mean, I've done it for 2 years, and we did it all last winter. I use my propane stove as my heat source. Not saying that you should do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you one way or another. I'm saying you need to go out and learn how to do it. You need to make sure that you understand the safety protocols when it comes to doing things like that. Carbon monoxide, fire hazards. Make sure you have carbon monoxide detectors. Again, these are the things you have to learn doing your test runs. But a lot of people don't seem to understand how difficult it is to plan out your destination, your trip, your lifestyle. A lot of people just seem to think you can get in your car and drive. But then there are others that you can tell, oh, they've done this lifestyle. They've had to figure out how to plan out a trip. And the biggest one is the folks that go to paid campgrounds. You have to make reservations. You know, if you're maybe a member of 1,000 Trails or something. So you have to plan everything out to the microsecond to make sure you're not wasting money. Even if you want to go to free campgrounds that have permits, you have to plan all that out. That means you have to be there at a certain time. As you may or may not know, you know, you can get kicked out of a campground because of bad weather. We were kicked out of National Forest in Mississippi because of bad weather. Well, if we'd had everything planned out to a microsecond like you're supposed to with 1,000 Trails, we wouldn't have had any place to go. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.